I'm a fun guy.
Even though Kawhi Leonard claims to be a fun guy, he doesn't actually share as much with the media as most other NBA players do, whether that be about his personal life or about his performance on the court. Leonard prefers his game to do the talking for him, and his game shows he's a bona fide superstar. A two-time NBA champion, two-time Finals MVP, back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year, and multiple-time All-Star and All-NBA player, the Claw has done it all. But did you know he's been driving the same ride since high school, or that his sister is actually a murderer? Learn about this and much more as we take a look at 10 things you did not know about Kawhi Leonard. Number 1. He was already a Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP before being an All-Star. Kawhi Leonard is a 4-time All-Star, with his first selection coming in 2016, but it's fair to say Leonard was already playing at an All-Star level before being formally named one. By 2016 All-Star Weekend, Leonard had already won both the Finals MVP in 2014 when the Spurs won the championship against the LeBron James-led Miami Heat and the 2015 Defensive Player of the Year award. The Western Conference has historically been the most stacked one in terms of talent, but it's crazy to think it took so long for Kawhi to earn All-Star honors. Then again, it just shows how good Leonard has been since his early Spurs days. Number 2. Kawhi has more career steals than fouls. As a back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year in 2015 and 2016, Leonard cemented himself as the best perimeter defender in the league. But what makes a really good defender? The answer is being able to guard your man without fouling him and being able to strip him from the basketball. Perhaps nobody epitomizes this better than Kawhi, who has a total of 932 steals in his career compared to 906 personal fouls. This means it's more likely that Kawhi steals the ball from you than you draw a foul from him, which makes him a nightmare of a matchup on any given night. Number 3. Kawhi is the only Finals MVP to leave his team after winning a championship. So many players dream about becoming NBA champions, and the list of top-tier players that finish their careers without a ring is ridiculous. From Allen Iverson to Karl Malone to Charles Barkley, these former players would give everything for a chance to win a ring. So when players do win one, it's only obvious they would want to run it back and try to do it all over again, right? Well, not if you're Kawhi Leonard, who was the first ever Finals MVP to switch teams immediately after winning an NBA championship. The Claw already had a set agenda, and not even a delivering the first championship in Toronto Raptors history could prevent him from leaving. But the Raptors have to be happy enough with Kawhi helping them raise a golden banner, even though he was there for only 1 year. Number 4. His sister is a murderer. Kamisha Monet Williams, Kawhi Leonard's 35-year-old sister, was accused of murdering and robbing an 84-year-old woman on August 31st, 2019. As the story goes, Williams and her accomplice, Candace Tay Townsell, followed the elderly woman into a bathroom at a casino before breaking her skull and stealing her purse. The woman died 4 days later. According to a doctor, the fatal injury couldn't have been caused by a fall alone and required a greater amount of force, such as being pushed, thrown, or punched. The case's investigator filed a request to hold Williams and Townsell without bail, naming the fact that Williams' family were well off and could post a bail of $1 million. Additionally, Williams has multiple previous grand theft and attempted robbery convictions in her record. It is hard to jump into any conclusions without extra context, but we'll most probably never know much more given how reserved Kawhi is. Number 5. His father was murdered. Sadly for Leonard, his father was never able to see him play professional or college basketball. While Kawhi was still in high school, Mark Leonard was tragically murdered in 2008 at the Compton car wash he owned. The worst part is, the murderer is yet to be found, and chances are nobody will ever know his identity. According to Kawhi, his dad was kinda mad when he told him he wanted to quit football to focus on basketball, given Mr. Leonard wanted his son to play both and maximize his opportunities. But Kawhi can rest assured his father is smiling down on him, knowing he made the right choice. Number 6. Kawhi's cousin is a former NFL wide receiver. Leonard is not the only successful professional athlete among his family. Stevie Johnson, his cousin, had an 8-year career as an NFL wide receiver, playing for the Buffalo Bills, the San Francisco 49ers, and the San Diego Chargers. He was drafted by the Bills in the 7th round of the 2008 NFL Draft and spent 5 years in Buffalo. While he never made a Pro Bowl, Johnson is considered one of the best draft steals in Bills history, and he was the first Bills receiver to post back-to-back seasons with over 1,000 yards receiving. Number 7. He has 2 kids. It's easy to be deceived by the looks of an almost robotic, emotionless Kawhi Leonard, but he actually has a significant other and 2 kids. Leonard and his girlfriend, Kachelle Shipley, gave birth to their daughter, Kawhi Leonard, in July 2016. Shipley reportedly gave birth to the couple's second child, a son, in March 2019, though this hasn't been confirmed nor addressed by Kawhi. Their boy's name and exact birth date are unknown, but we do know Leonard is at least an emotional, caring, and loving father at home with his family. Number 8. Kawhi's hands are even bigger than you think. We don't call him the Claw for no reason, and even though we've seen him palm a basketball like he's holding a tennis ball, you probably have no idea how big his hands really are. According to the New York Times, Kawhi's hand measures 11.25 inches across from thumb to pinky and 9.75 inches long. That's 52% wider than the average man's hand. Add in his 7'3" wingspan and you now know why he's such a terrific defender. Number 9. He still drives his 1997 Tahoe. Kawhi is the total opposite of flashy, and while other stars like driving luxury cars and wearing the most expensive designer clothes, Leonard is not about the stardom. Per multiple reports, Kawhi still drives his 1997 Chevrolet Tahoe. It runs, and it's paid off. Leonard told Sports Illustrated back when he was asked about why he still drives his 20-plus-year-old SUV. And while Leonard reportedly owns a Porsche that he sometimes drives as well, that doesn't change the fact that he's still one of the most humble and down-to-earth NBA stars out there. Number 10. Kawhi has only 4 tweets in his profile. Kawhi's mostly private lifestyle would be a perfect fit back in the 80s or 90s, when the best chance to look at the players' personal lives was media interviews or magazine features. But thanks to social media, nowadays it's easier than ever for players to share their private lives online, for the better or the worse. This whole social media thing certainly doesn't fit Leonard. He doesn't have an Instagram account, but he does have a Twitter that he seldom uses. He joined in June 2014 and has 4 total tweets. One with a picture of the Spurs' visit to the White House when they won the NBA championship, 2 ads from a mini golf place and customized electric hoverboards, and a retweet of his visit to a gym. It's been over 5 years since that last sign of activity, and it doesn't seem like we'll be seeing Leonard on social media anytime soon. What was the craziest thing you learned today about Leonard? Make sure to comment down below, and as always, please leave a like and subscribe.